My name is Courtney Bourgeois. I am the Engagement and Education Coordinator for the Mount Arrowsmith Biosphere Region Research Institute. In 2024, we initiated the MABR Climate Change Realities project that seeks to understand the local experiences and perceptions of people living in the Mount Arrowsmith Biosphere Region with climate change. We aim to capture their stories. We hope to share their lived realities of what climate change actually looks like here in this region. We wanted to showcase how they experience it, how they live with it, and how they will move forward with fighting the crisis. In this video, I'm excited to share with you some of the stories from the people we met with in the Mount Arrowsmith Biosphere Region.
My name is Chris Lemfers. When we first came here, we used to walk by an apple tree that was growing on the beach with about 6 feet or so of soil between the apple tree and the beach. Over the last 12 years or so, I've seen a gradual erosion of that beach, and now that tree is gone. The erosion went under the roots and eventually took the tree. So that's a very tangible illustration of the rise of the sea levels.
I'm Carrie Pesey with the Hamilton Wetlands and Forest Preservation Society. So when I was growing up, we never worried about water and we never worried about rain. It was always there, just always. Rain was just the most normal constant ever. It's not that way now. And we live on a piece of land not far from here. And already, we went into drought in early spring. When I walk down my driveway, which is got lots of trees and things on it, come say even March, April, I'm always looking over my shoulder for drought and forest fire. And that to me is horrible, that we should be in fear so early in the spring that things could burn down or that we could run out of water.
My name is Liz Thorne, and I'm with the Arrowsmith Naturalists, and I guess I'm still on the board of the Douglas Channel Watch. I moved here 4 years ago, and that's when the whole climate change really hit. I mean, I've always been aware of it, but the water shortage on this island just appalled me because I came from the North Coast.
So about me, Danny Hall. I'm a substitute teacher in both Parksville and Qualicum in the school district SC69. So I'm a member of Strong Towns Nanaimo and the Nanaimo Cycling Coalition. Right now, we're not handling our humanitarian crises with a migration of people well at all right now, and that will only be amplified with climate change. For me, that's my concern is that we aren't going to be treating our fellow humans as members of our communities. We're going to be treating them like enemies. And that's not how we're going to solve the climate crisis. That's how we're going to create a lot of the problems of the climate crisis.
When I think of climate change, I think of the Earth as a living being, and climate change is like a fever or infection. It helps me wrap my head around climate change, especially when you're equating it to all kinds of different things, different regions. It means something different to everybody. I like to think of it that way, and I like to tell people that climate change is the fever. People recover from fevers all the time, so it is hopeful that the Earth will recover.
Diane Moran. I am a retired recreation leader and practicing visual artist residing in Qualicum Beach. Well, I have seen climate change impact this region because of the fires that are happening, not just in British Columbia, but actually in California and Alberta. I look out my front window this morning and even yesterday, and there's a lot of smoke in the air. It impacts the time that I spend outside. I'm concerned even about my animals that are, exposed to smoke. It's visible.
My name is Barb Riordan, and I'm with the Friends of French Creek Conservation Society, and I'm also the president of the Mid-Vancouver Island Habitat Enhancement Society. Well, I have seen firsthand that water temperatures have increased in the summer to points that it has killed salmon fry. I also see summers where there is very little snow on the mountains. It's the snow melt that keeps the creeks cold enough for salmon and trout to survive. And once we have no more snow for snow melt, I don't have any faith that the salmon and the trout are going to survive.
Okay, I'm old enough to remember a lot of crises in my time. And what I remember most about them is that they were temporary. We are at a stage now where climate change is not going to be temporary, it's permanent. We're going to have wildfires every summer, we're going to have floods every winter. We need to deal with climate change, not look for economic solutions that depend on old technology like fossil fuels.
I feel like nature has been commodified, and we don't understand how we actually depend on it for life itself. And there are not enough protection forces out there. And also, everything is about capitalizing on nature financially. And that will be the end of us if we keep on that trajectory.
Yeah, it's basically survival. Nothing is going to survive if climate change happens the way they are predicting, if we do not reduce our carbon emissions.
One of my greatest hopes is that in the future, and certainly with my grandchildren, is that they live in harmony with nature.
Every one of us can actually make a change to try and improve it.
For me, by getting people out cycling, by reducing the amount of invasive species in areas, by getting parking reform passed. These are the types of things that keep me engaged and excited and wanting to continue making positive change.
When you're worried about something, it means that there's a problem. And it means that you need to take action to help solve that problem. And I've found that by taking action, no matter what it is, it actually makes that worry and that anxiety go away.
Perhaps hopelessness is the very soil that nourishes human hope.